should be the power switching.
And you can see those feeds are taken from the cameras mounted on the interior of the rockets. Well, the arms have swung open and the rocket is on its own, standing there waiting to be lifted off.
30秒.
30 seconds to go.
$20
20 seconds.
10 9
10 seconds countdown.
7 6 5 4 3 2 1点火.
Engine started. And we have a liftoff. The liftoff of Long March 2F rocket carrying China's first space module Tiangong-1 into space. It will probably take more than 10 minutes for the spaceship to get into its orbit. So far, so good from all the tracking stations. So, Mr. Hu, when will the first stage separate it?
For about 155 seconds.
150 seconds. The boosters, the 4 boosters will separate from the rocket. The first stage will come off. You are now seeing it's the feed from the camera mounted on the rocket. This is still the picture taken by cameras on the ground, capturing the movement of the rocket. And this is taken from the camera from the rocket.
Yeah, separation.
青山 USB 跟踪正常，遥测信号正常。双场光学雷达跟踪正常。
So from here, all the tracking stations on the ground will begin their work.
Of course.
To monitor the movement.
表前助推器分离，东风助推器分离，表前压机分离。
Well, the booster have separated. Mr. Hu?
Yeah, also.
The boosters have separated from the rocket.
Also the first stage is
and also the first stage has come off.
USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常，东风飞行正常。
The first stage is at the bottom of the rocket.
渭南 USB 发现目标。
How long will it take for the spaceship to get to the out of the atmosphere?
About 200 seconds.
200 seconds.
Yeah.
That's when it's basically in the outer space, lower orbit.
双场抛整流罩，东风抛整流罩。
So the fairing has separated.
渭南雷达发现目标。
And the radar has already captured the movement
预量未来测速 USB 充雷达
of the
精通正
spaceship.
常，遥测信号正常。
But this is still a visual taken from the camera on the ground. Because of the good weather, we can see the rocket moving fast.
This is a video from the vehicle.
预量光系雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常。
Okay.
So the fairing has already displayed.
USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常。USB 雷达电摇。
It means the second stage is almost to complete its mission too.
The second stage would for a relatively long time. It's about 460 seconds. The main engine of the second would shut down, and its burner still work 120 seconds longer. By about 580 seconds, we come to the operation of the launch vehicle and
from the rocket.
Yeah,
and then the spaceship is about to enter its orbit.
That's right.
That's less than 10 minutes time then from the launch till the spaceship was about to enter its orbit. So Mr. Yang, can you tell us what is the orbit like? How would you describe the altitude of the orbit of Tiangong-1?
It's an inclined orbit because it is quite from that of the sun-synchronous orbit, which are often used by the Earth observation satellites. And the difficulty of this orbit is that the direction of the sun to the orbital plane is changing constantly, not like synchronous orbit. But it is good for the capability of the launch vehicle, and almost all the manned vehicles take this kind of orbit. And the lowest point of this orbit is about more than 200 kilometers, about 250
So can we say this is a near circular orbit, Tiangong-1? And the closest distance to Earth is 200 kilometers?
More than 200 kilometers. And
the apogee is?
About 350 kilometers.
Why do we use a circular orbit like this, 350 kilometers in the apogee and 200 kilometers the perigee?
This is because the limitation of the flying procedure of the rockets, the burnout point or the shutting down point of the second stage cannot be too high to saving the energy.
So can we say that the rocket has been performing well so far?
We only have a camera image right here. From the image, we found the engine just working properly. But if
the command and control center,
they may have access to the data, so it's more convenient to decision.
What is the success rate of this launch vehicle, the Long March 2F? How many missions have it carried out? And how many out of them we can declare a success?
If we count this one in, if it's success, of course we can see it will success. Then it would have a successful rate of 100%.
So far all of the missions have been success of the Long March 2F rocket.
Yeah. Long March 2F launch vehicle is the most reliable launch vehicle of Long March family.
So that's why the space program always chooses Long March 2F as the manned space mission rocket.
Yeah, that's right.
现场。
It is now near the coast of China.
So it's above the coast, east coast of China. It's about to enter the Pacific, above the Pacific actually. And it's flying southeast.
Very near to east.
最南 USB 雷达跟踪正常，遥测信号正常。长江3号 USB 发现天宫。
Well, we have overheard from the command center. All the tracking stations have been monitoring the spaceship. So far, all the signals suggest that it's normal, and this should be the separation
器件分离。
between the rocket and the spaceship.
Yeah.
Tiangong is on his way to his right now.
Of course.
That means the rocket finished all the job it is supposed to do, and now it's Tiangong-1 on his way to the orbit, becoming China's first space module.